Network analysis. Before going to the network analysis, what is a network and what is a circuit? So what is a network? Network is an interconnection of elements of RLC. So what are the electrical elements? Resistance, inductance and capacitors. So these three are the main elements we are using in a network. So a network that forms a closed loop, is called as the circuit. So in the circuit you are having network, but in the network you are not having any circuits, right? So in the networks, this is the network of combination of three resistance. This is a circuit which forms a loop pattern. So why we need to analyze a network? To calculate the current and as well as voltage in the branches of the element. An entire network analysis, you are only calculating the power, current and voltages. So these three are the parameters you are finding in the network analysis, entire network analysis. The main aim is to calculate current and voltage in the circuits or the networks. Main aim of the analysis, the entire network analysis, you are doing the analysis only for the calculation of current and voltages. So what is resistance? Which opposes flow of current, right? In resistance, R is equal to rho L by A. So what is rho? Resistivity. And what is L? Length of conductor or the length of wire. And A is area of cross section. And remaining things are the inductance and capacitance. So you know the formula about inductance and capacitance. So C is equal to A epsilon by T. So this is the capacitance formula. This is the distance between the plates. This is the area. So what is Ohm's law? So voltage is directly proportional to current. V is equal to IR. So R is constant, that is resistance. Which is units of ohms. This is valid if and only if temperature is constant. Why temperature is constant? Why we have to make the temperature is constant? When the temperature changes, that is conductivity will be increases. Whenever the conductivity increases, resistivity decreases. Whenever the resistivity decreases, resistance value decreases. So that means what? The resistance value is varying irrespective of voltage and current. So what we are saying, irrespective of I and V. So what Ohm's law state? V is directly proportional to I. That means V by I is constant at every case. When we changing the temperature, the law is disvalid. So it is not valid when temperature is not constant. So this is very, very important for our concept. I. So characteristic is a straight line passing through origin having the constant slope. So this is having the constant slope, as well as this is also having the constant slope. So these two are the linears. So when you are considering non-linear, so it is like this. So slope is not constant at every case. So you are having two slopes at one case, one slope at one case, and another case another slope. You are having two slopes, but the entire thing having one constant slope. So that's why it is linear, this is non-linear. So time variant means it will be varying at every instant of time. So when coming to time invariant, it is entire constant at every time instant. Every time instant. So unilateral. So if you consider V and I, this is plus V and this is minus V. If you consider minus V and minus I, the both slopes has to have the same direction. That means the impedance should be equal. Minus I by I should be exactly equal with I by I. So if you consider this is the bilateral, and the both cases are bilateral, as well as in the positive direction and the negative direction. If you consider the unilateral, so this is one, this is another. So here V by I is one value, and here V by I is one value. You can simply say that maximum of non-linear all things will be coming under unilateral. So active and passive elements. So what is active and a passive element? So whenever the energy generated or generated elements are active elements. Passive or storage of energy. So in this passive we are having RLCs and these elements active elements, transistors, sources, as well as diodes. So this comes under active elements. So now first one problem. So this is the characteristics of V and I. So now which type of element it is? So it is linear, right? We are having constant slope, but time invariant. So entire any time it is a one straight line only. So this V by I is exactly equal to this V by I, that is bilateral. Next, it is active or passive means RLC, which is greater than or equal to 0, then it is passive elements. When it is less than or equal to 0, active element. Simply I can say that the slope is negative. If slope is negative, it is an active element. Now see another problem. So this is VI characteristics. The VI characteristics, if you see, it is not a linear. So you are having two slopes. So here one slope and another here is another slope. So this is non-linear. So what about the time? It is time invariant. So what about is it bilateral or unilateral? See here from I to V, here it is normal thing, here is changed. So that is unilateral. I am saying that every unilateral will be a non-linear. So passive or active, so slope is positive. So it is passive. sources. So in the sources you are having voltage source and current source. In the sources you are having independent and as well as dependent. So what is an independent, what is an dependent means? So independence, it will not depend on anything. Also it is having only uniqueness. So that is, in that case we are having ideal and practical. See, in the dependent you are having linear as well as non-linear. So in the dependent, voltage control voltage source, so that is VC, Vs. Similarly, voltage control current source, current control voltage source, and current control current source. So first of all, going to the ideal, you are having voltage source as well as current source. Practical, voltage source, current source. In nature we are not having any ideal sources. So this is a voltage source Vs. With some load. So V is equal to Vs. So that means then the current is keep on changing. There is no change across the Vs. So it will not depend on any parameters. So it is constant value. So that's why we are calling as ideal voltage source. So V is not depend on current, right? So this is also non-linear in nature. This is a not a linear. It is a non-linear in nature. In practical case, we are using some resistance in series with the voltage source. See, in series with the voltage source. So whenever the current is keep on increases across V, that is, we are applying KCL Vs plus IRS plus V is equal to 0. So V is equal to Vs minus IRS. So here, in ideal case, it is a straight line. In practical case, it will be decreasing. So we have to decrease the value. Okay. So it is depending on the current source now. It is depending on the current source. If current is 0, V is equal to Vs. So by observing those things. In the similar way, if you consider the current source, the same things will be happen. The only change is you are drawing the voltage versus current. So current is the output and voltage is the input here. So that is the only small change in the current source. So V is equal to 0, that is short circuit, and I